So, NaLyssa Smith. It's just always the case, but like NaLyssa Smith never helps herself with some of the things that she said.
Caitlin Clark didn't hold back as she reacted to the monumental event of her Iowa jersey retirement. It's been a couple of months since they first announced that today would be the day her jersey would be retired. Can you share some of the emotions leading up to this day and what you're feeling now, especially knowing that no one will ever wear number 22 again at Iowa? Well, first of all, I feel very lucky and grateful. Caitlin Clark just experienced one of the biggest milestones in her career, the official retirement of her legendary number 22 jersey at Iowa. What was her reaction to this historic moment, and what does it mean for her legacy?
I got frustrated watching her play, and she represented, I think, the remnants of anything else that was wrong with the team, right? From the Christie Sides era and everything. And last year was a good year, all things considered. Wish her the best. But I actually think the Fever get great return here, considering I don't know where all these people think NaLyssa Smith's value was so high all of a sudden, given the way she played.
At first, when you hear that your jersey is getting retired on a specific day, it feels like just another day. But as the day approaches, it becomes more real, and you don't really have enough time to prepare for everything it involves. It's been great to come back. Honestly, I thought I would be back in Iowa City more often than I've been, but this is only my second time back. The first time was when we got our rings on the field. It's just fun for me to return and say thank you to everyone who supported me and helped me grow, from the social media team to the marketing team to whoever else helped me look great at times.
She goes to the Wings, gets a fresh start. Hopefully that works out for her. Arike Ogunbowale has already welcomed NaLyssa Smith there. So that's part of this trade also. So you get these, a lot of moving parts here, because that's something a lot of people had anticipated and thought that the Fever were going to move on from Smith. And when Howard came in, it felt like, okay, Howard is taking her spot. And now Smith is no longer there to have a spot in the starting lineup or off the bench.
Let's take a deeper look at 3 major moments from this unforgettable night, including her candid thoughts straight from the press conference. This isn't just another tribute video, it's a deep dive into Caitlin's journey. First, we'll revisit the game, a high-stakes match that set the stage for the celebration. Then, we'll break down the epic jersey retirement ceremony, where Iowa legends and thousands of fans honored one of the greatest players to ever wear black and gold.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You poked me in the eye. You're a troll. You did.
I did not poke
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in the eye.
Did you do it on purpose?
I got hit in the knee. That was my reflex.
It looked like you were just laughing.
Finally, we'll reveal Caitlin Clark's emotional reaction straight from the press conference, where she shared her thoughts, gratitude, and what's next. Stick around. Caitlin's words might just surprise you. Caitlin, you've experienced many big moments, and you've been in games where emotions were at an all-time high.
I think we have a common goal. I think our visions are aligned. I think the way we go about our work is aligned, and it's consistent. And you're going to have consistency, and you need consistency.
It is the most important thing. You got to have somebody that can run up and down the floor and catch those passes Caitlin's going to be throwing.
But today, you're not playing. How does it feel to let yourself experience those emotions a bit more? Yeah, I definitely feel it today. Walking in here, I had those butterflies in my stomach. It's not for a basketball game, but just being around everyone and enjoying this environment. It's a lot more emotional, and I don't have to compete for 40 minutes.
They add the defense, rebounding, rim running with Howard. They add more shooting and two tough players, feisty players. One player who's going to have Caitlin Clark's back, of course, in Cunningham.
Though I kind of wish I could. It's definitely a different feeling to not have to play, but just be part of this special moment. Before we dive into Caitlin Clark's emotional response to her jersey retirement, let's talk about the game that set the stage. What a game it was. the Iowa Hawkeyes stunned everyone with a massive 76-69 upset against USC in front of a packed Carver Hawkeye arena.
In Sophie Cunningham, the Indiana Fever are trading for a multi-dimensional wing, capable of knocking down the three ball.
Cunningham is starting to cook. Cunningham 3 is good. Cunningham from the corner.
Locking down defenders.
Several deflections, and this time she gets the steal and the N1 opportunity.
And injecting passion and emotion into the game and into her team.
This wasn't just any win. This was a statement. Iowa came out with incredible energy, dominating with an 18-1 run right from the start. But USC wasn't going down without a fight, and they responded with a 17-1 run of their own. In the end, Iowa came through, with senior transfer Lucy Olin leading the way, scoring 28 points and taking control when it mattered most. It was an intense battle, but Iowa proved they were still a powerhouse, a reflection of Caitlin Clark's influence.
On offense, Cunningham is a floor spacer and a deep shot maker. Each of her last 3 seasons, she's finished top 20 in the WNBA in threes made per minute on the floor among qualified players. And she will join a backcourt that features 2 of the top 5 three-point shot makers from a year ago, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell.
Now, after the game, it was time to honor Caitlin Clark. The atmosphere shifted from one of fierce competition to one of respect and gratitude. As the lights dimmed and the crowd stood, Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court one last time, not as a player but as an icon. The crowd erupted not just for her stats and records, but for everything she had done for the program and the sport.
Cunningham's last 4 seasons, she shot an impressive 38% from the three-point line. And among players to hit at least 200 threes over that time, only 4 players in the entire league have shot it better from distance. One of those being Kelsey Mitchell. And Cunningham's ability to space the floor should give the Fever All-Star backcourt even more room to create on the drive than they had a year ago.
Caitlin's former coach, Jan Jensen, spoke about how it all started when they first saw Caitlin as a 9th grader. It didn't take long to realize her greatness. She had that step-back 3, a signature move that they knew would define her.
This style helps create turnover opportunities and fast break chances for her teammates, which underscores how she plays with an intensity and fiery passion matched by few. Throughout her career, Cunningham has had a knack for providing energy when her team needs it most. Cunningham is right in the heart of her prime, just 28 years old.
Caitlin's former coach, Lisa Bluder, also shared her thoughts, emphasizing Caitlin's impact both on and off the court. She transformed women's basketball, bringing new fans and spotlighting the power of investing in women's sports. Then, it was time for the final words, before the jersey went up to the rafters.
Just take out. I'm extremely excited for this opportunity. I promise you, Dallas, you won't regret this. That is fine. It's fine to just say that. Not to play for an organization that believes in me. Because they clearly don't. They clearly don't. Do you want to know why? Because I'm saying, like, other teams, there's a lot of teams that would be okay with you playing on the bench.
The announcer called out Caitlin's incredible career achievements. 2-time AP Player of the Year, 3-time Big Ten tournament champion, and countless other accolades. And as her jersey slowly ascended to its place in the rafters, Caitlin couldn't help but feel a wave of emotion. This moment, this legacy, was unlike anything she had ever dreamed of. The tribute video that followed touched fans from all around the world, from Brazil to South Africa, as they shared stories of how Caitlin had inspired them. It wasn't just about basketball, it was about the larger impact Caitlin had on people's lives.
Obviously, it's a shot at the Fever as she's leaving. But it's like, you don't do that. Just make things easy for yourself. Just in general, NaLyssa, make things easy for yourself. Because ironically, you're probably not going to start. Like, you were a starter at the Fever were replacing you as a starter. You're probably not going to start.
When Caitlin sat down at the press conference, She took a moment to reflect on the journey. She shared how grateful she felt for everything she had accomplished, but also how fast everything had moved. The Final Four, the WNBA draft, and her first pro season. Everything came at once, and she never really had time to process it all. But today, seeing her teammates, coaches, and family in person, it really hit her. Caitlin was asked about her thoughts on the current Hawkeyes team and her legacy. She gave a humble response, crediting her teammates and coaches for building something special. She shared how proud she was of the program and how excited she was to see the new generation of players coming in.
Don't see the point in like calling out your ex-team. Like, I really don't see the point in it, because I'm like, there might be a stage sometime where you might have to go back to the Chicago Sky, or sorry, to the Indiana Fever. There could come a stage where it's like, you don't want to burn bridges, realistically. And by the way, this is not a shot. There is no chance this is a shot, by the way, at any of the players. NaLyssa Smith got on really well with the players. That whole team was a really tight-knit group. It was a shot, or possibly at Christy Sides with what Christy Sides did, but also a shot at the new people coming in, because she was really excited for Stephanie White, and she was excited with the way the Fever was going. The Fever had no intention. Like, we all knew from the start, she was protected to be traded.
Caitlin was also asked about handling the pressure and attention she's faced over the past year. And despite only being 23, she gave incredible perspective. She emphasized the importance of staying grounded, being grateful, and having a small, supportive circle around her. One of the most emotional moments came when Caitlin thanked Iowa's staff and fans, acknowledging that she couldn't have done any of this without them. As for what's next, Caitlin is looking forward to her second year with the Indiana Fever. The franchise has made some exciting moves, and Caitlin is thrilled to be part of the team. She's also looking forward to building a relationship with her new coach, Stephanie White, and continuing to grow as a player. Caitlin Clark has always been more than just a basketball player. She's a trailblazer, an inspiration, and a game changer. Her journey at Iowa may have come to an end, but her story is far from over. As she heads into her second season in the WNBA, we can't wait to see what's next for this legendary player. If you're excited about Caitlin's next chapter, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We'll see you in the next one.